it seems like my drinking, even though nothing really catastrophic or cataclysmic ever happened with it, like I've never lost a job because I'm drinking. I've never lost a friend. I've never like been so humiliated. I've never been on the side of the road. Nothing like that. I would say overall, as a person who drank frequently and sometimes heavily, not a whole lot of consequences. But see, that was maybe a bit the problem. So it's escalated over my life in these kind of chunks, these increments. In like, 5 years, it's like this much higher. And then the 5 years, it's this much higher. So when I was in high school, for example, we would just go out. Like I lived in Uganda. So I lived in these expat families, whatever, were kind of chill with us. Like, having a couple drinks. Like, I mean, this is like after 16 years old. I'm not talking about I'm like 10 years old going out. Fridays and Saturdays, we would like get into it. We'd like go to the club. Like we had these clubs we would go to in Uganda. One was called Silk. And that was like really dancing, drinking the disgusting things that you drink when you're in your teens. Like, so just Malibu, everything that like tastes really syrupy, disgusting, gives you a headache, it makes you throw up. That's what we were drinking. But, it was 2 days a week. And it's not like I was like during the week when I was like by myself in my house, I was ever drinking. No. So this was just very a social thing for me. And then, I would go to college and I'm living in Seattle and like, I'm not allowed to drink legally at all. Like I'm, paying, unhoused people outside of a liquor store to like buy me like disgusting natty ices because that's what I could afford as a college student. So huge demotion in life, in my drinking life, but we made it happen. And I would say still that was kind of a weekend warrior thing and always social. We can just go out whenever we want. And I was very much in this like Lower East Side, Williamsburg, like hipster bullshit, like land, right? Misshapes and whatever, all that like legendary indie sleaze, as they call it these days, hipsters, as we called it those days, all that stuff. And I was going out, I want to say like 6 days a week. And obviously this environment is like heavy drinking. Like I was pounding gin and tonics, vodka cranberries, whatever was cheap, whatever was an open bar, I'm not over here drinking top shelf in my 20s working at a cafe. So that was like escalated, but it was still just fully social. Like I was not coming home and drinking anything, right? I was just, going out. But that's a lot of days a week to be consuming alcohol, period. But I'm just kind of trying to help you appreciate how it didn't suddenly become where I'm like a daily drinker. It's like every few years, it just sort of escalates, and it doesn't escalate quickly. It's like gradually and then all of a sudden. And the next thing you know, you're a person who drinks most days, right? But then I was thinking about what's the next escalation? Because when you're drinking almost every day and binging twice a month, what's next? Binging every day. So like, I just didn't even want to find out.